They're not trying to mitigate the damage, they're trying to inflict as much as possible.
And, you know, last match, they ended their villains with a 12-1 run. I wonder if we can kind of keep that rolling here, and they can kind of be different matches, but get on a 13, 14, 15-1 run here at the start of this game.
Yeah, I mean,
roll it over from the last match.
It's worth noting that they started either 7 or 8-0 at the beginning of the side too. So
I believe it was 5-0 until the heroes got their first kill. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. 7-1. So
yeah. So in those 2 runs, they went 17-1.
It'll be interesting to watch for sure. I think you're gonna see slow again. It's gonna be very much feeling each other out, because I don't think if you're Ninja and Naga, you can expect to play the Berserk and Fierce you had in the first match. I think you're going to have to anticipate them to be playing different. So I don't think Ninja and Naga will change things up. I think it's going to be on Fierce. You're going to see a different Fierce and Berserk, and like you said, it'll be either be Fierce and Berserk that folds, or they're going to be even better than they've been the entire tournament.
The Ninja has taken 2 saber throws,
and that was a great backslash by Fierce. Yeah, like you said, it's a trade.
Now Fierce can stay alive until Berserk spawns. Make sure this doesn't become a 2-for-1. Looks like he will. He's around the light, and then just gonna let him breathe.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see any runs to start the half off. At least right now for villains, it's a trade at the beginning instead of a 2-0 into a 4-0 into a 5-0. So.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. We know what we're going to get from Ninja and Naga right now. I don't think we're going to see any major changes. Berserk and Fierce, though, they could come out with a totally different style than they have. You know, this whole tournament, and I believe Ninja just killed Berserk in a 1-on-1.
Like I said, you're gonna we just touched on it again. You're gonna get the same Ninja. You're gonna get the same Naga. Right now, it's looking like Fierce,
the same Berserk and the same Naga, or not the same Fierce and the same Berserk.
Yeah, they're not adjusted to it. It's a great push, though. You're just gonna see. Ninja's not even gonna swap, but that was a good push to keep them off of him and hold his ground. You know, I think that you're gonna see Fierce and Berserk again target Naga, and we saw in the last time that they were on villains that Naga more than held his own on the mall. So it'll be interesting to see if he can do it again, because he started off really slow. His first hero side was really bad. And then he rebounded on villains. So maybe we can see him start strong now that he has that maul instead of an Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and I think we touched on it in that last match, you know, having that maul, especially knowing the choker's near you. You can have so much more freedom in your one-on-ones, and the combo is so strong in those close-range battles. Great patience by Ninja there, waiting for the push from Fierce. And now attacking Berserk, getting it right away. Didn't have enough force, though, and Berserk gets the cleanup.
I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, slander any names here, but Ninja made that kill on Fierce look easy. Like he knew exactly when Fierce was gonna push, and he's not gonna miss a choke like that. So
yeah, you know, Fierce didn't really seem to give him that respect that we saw the last match. He just kind of did a casual ramp and push, and when the push didn't work, he didn't have, you know, an escape plan, and Ninja was just ready for it.
You're playing into what a lot of people widely consider the most mechanically skilled player in the game, and he's on a Vader, and you're doing something like that. Like, he's not going to fall for that. And, you know, and he's definitely going to punish you, as he's already shown twice now.
And so now the villains are up 4-1.
Yeah,
you know, I wonder if we'll see the heroes, you know, they're trying to bring it to houses now. They're trying to get out of that default area. And what a great aerial! And he blocks the push as well. He gets the choke.
He got the choke, man. That Ninja is again off to an extremely hot start on this Vader.
They can't choke again.
They can't do anything. They're powerless versus the choker. Naga is playing excellent support. Like, I don't even think Ninja's been full health since that double saber throw you called out, but it doesn't matter. And
yeah, I think this is just his first time healing.
Yeah, it's honestly, to start this off, an exceptional show of dominance.
Now it's 6-1, and Berserk goes down! And now Fierce, he switched to Mace Windu, by the way. He's in this situation that we've seen over and over, forced to 1v2, and he just can't do it. Will Berserk get in?
Oh, Naga messed up the combo, though. That's
he doesn't go down, and Berserk missed.
That was a great saber throw.
So now Berserk's in by himself. He did not cancel the spawn, but unfortunately G&E is not aware.
You know, we didn't do predictions or anything, but I was definitely, you know, after the first match, you start to believe a little bit that maybe it's not a guaranteed Fierce and Berserk victory. And so far, it's, you know, that belief is being even further forwarded because of this start.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in our community doubled down on Berserk and Fierce. Like, okay, there's just no way they can lose twice. Actually, very similar to the Patriots rematch Super Bowl against the Giants in 2011. There's just no way they can lose 2 Super Bowls to the Giants in a row. And right now, it's kind of looking like it might happen.
The interesting thing is that it's you're not seeing any exploitation from Fierce or Berserk, because Ninja is playing very forward. I mean, granted, you're playing the character that you want to do that on when you're this type of player, but they're not. Naga and Ninja are playing together, and there's no like exploitation of that. I feel like you're just giving them isolated 1v1s.
Yeah, you know, I thought we might see an adjustment in Fierce and Berserk style away from that 1v1 style that they've employed after it didn't work out last time, but they've been doing it so far this match, and it's really just the same story as it was last match. Berserk's getting caught usually, Fierce is in a 2-on-1 that he can't stay alive in, and Ninja is just dominating.
You are starting to see them play closer together. They did hit Naga down to really low, and actually Ninja gets caught out of position because of it.
Fierce is also tumbled.
I don't even know how Berserk died there. I'm guessing Naga came in for support. Maybe I missed Naga push.
Yeah, I believe Naga pushed everyone down, and then Ninja was able to clean it up. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh,
Fierce is going for it. Super aggressive. Just absolutely disrespecting Naga.
I don't know. I almost want to say they're folding, like you called, that it was either going to be they were playing much better or they're folding, and it's so many interesting plays that, I mean, I could see the intent if you're maybe perhaps a little bit quicker, but you have to factor in that if that Maul lands first and he can combo, you don't have a position to block.
And especially with Mace, where you have to hit it, because looks like he was going for the aerial. You have to hit it right on. There's no room for error.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's 10-2. You're seeing the villains are just extending their lead. Their gap isn't equal. That was a bit. Maybe Naga's starting to feel himself a little. He gave up a freebie there, but.
And now here they come on Ninja, who, you know, they thought about it for a second, and then Fierce is like, you know what? I tried this just a minute ago on Naga. I'm not going to do this to Ninja, and backed away.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see Berserk and Fierce, and maybe it's perhaps because they're a little bit shaken up. They're starting to play much closer together, and you know, I think Fearless, rightfully so, has always said that the most comfortable teams are the ones that give each other a gap, so that you can't get collapsed on. And I think you're starting to see Fierce and Berserk do that. So maybe they are shaken up a little bit by the way G&E has been playing.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is a fear thing or if this is a strategy thing. They're trying to stick together as much as they can and see how Ninja and Naga adapt to it. But I think you're right. I think it's just purely fear, and they seem really shaken up right now.
Berserk uncharacteristically missing a ramp, and he's just, you know, an easy pick.
Now Fierce tried to get a save.
Fierce did tumble Ninja, but nothing's going to come of it. You know, the push was the one you want to have up in those scenarios.
Berserk is in. He might be able to get something cheeky. Naga, 2 experience. He's out of there.
What is Fierce again with just a really casual ramp, and I don't.
Berserk with a
really opportunistic aerial that Ninja just casually sidesteps and then goes in and sprint attacks. I don't know. It's really interesting.
I'm honestly disgusted and appalled by the performance that we're seeing out of Fierce and Berserk right now. You expect so much more from them, and the way they're playing is very elementary. That aerial that Berserk went for. Yeah,
they have swapped characters, which it just doesn't.
Hopefully that'll fix it.
Almost some of these plays would make me think somebody's using their names. Like it's not plays that you see them make. They never make them. So it's really interesting. And ooh, that's a good jump from Fierce to avoid that attack.
And Ninja did get tumbled.
Yeah,
nothing come from it. Naga's right above both heroes now. They're gonna be under quite a bit of pressure.
Yeah, Ninja didn't even float away. He directly turned around and came back. That's a good push, though.
Yep, both villains do get pushed. See if the heroes can.
I don't know. I think Ninja thinks going to be safe here. Actually, I've really got to compliment. We talk about stamina use. I think stamina use on Vader is also and management. You don't see people manage it really well. Ninja manages his stamina on that Vader extremely well. I haven't seen many scenarios where he's forced to use all of. That's a great choke. That's a great choke.
Good save by Fierce. Will it be enough?
But there's not many scenarios where you see him completely out of stamina. You saw Berserk, he'll exert pressure, but he uses that stamina really fast. And there's so many times I see Ninja with he's got stamina left. And after those pushes off that building when they got up above, he still had stamina left when he landed, even though he was pushed twice.
Yeah, that's one of the few weaknesses to Vader is how fast he uses up that stamina bar. But Ninja seems to totally have mastered that, and he always just has a little bit extra force. His hero, the man that he bases his gameplay around, was SEJ Mr. Jokers, and what he was famous for was force conservation. It seemed like he had 2 force bars. So it's no surprise that Ninja is fantastic at it. And
that's Berserk down here. Playing for a swap.
Is going to go down here.
That's a great play from Fierce to get the block. It's a 2-on-1 now, and Naga is going to do his job and clean that up. Berserk does get a fast spawn
right away.
What a great choke, though! It didn't hold.
Aerial. Naga's right above. Oh, everyone's tumbled.
Yeah, everyone's tumbled.
Ninja goes down.
And that's a great push.
Naga's not going to tumble, though.
But he should be dead here either way, yeah. It's once you're pushed that close to the ground, as long as you're pushed consecutively, it's really hard to get out of that. That was a good play from Berserk to exercise his opportune spawn to get a double kill.
Yeah. Now, hopefully the heroes can take this momentum. You just got a double kill. You've got a few kills now. Maybe you can start racking it up and bring it in. It is 15-5, so it's a large gap that they're down. But
that's that 10 kill deficit. You're right on that bubble you talk about of having 20 kills on heroes. You're starting to feel good then. You're right at that bubble right now, and but the thing is villains have been extending until that spawn from Berserk, so it'll be interesting to see if that continues. You don't have that opportune spawn right now. What a
great null! Naga's gonna be right there. Exerting the pressure, staying right on top of them. Fierce gets tumbled by Berserk's push.
Yeah, and Fierce is dead. That was Berserk, and Berserk he gets the choke too. Ninja is on another level. He is styling on Fierce and Berserk.
We are truly lucky to get to see this performance out of Ninja tonight.
And he's had the perfect support play. Naga has saved him more than once already this side, which this was something we said Naga struggled to do previously. So that's
it seems like over and over again we've seen Ninja actually get into that trouble. Naga saved him, and every single time he saves him, the heroes are always overextending for that kill, and it almost always turns out to be a double kill for the villains.
Speaking of trouble,
and here we go again. Naga with the save.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say Berserk's actually gonna save Fierce there, but they're both on the ground, and Fierce has to have taken damage.
Everyone lived through this, and Naga kills Fierce, and Berserk's now in a bad spot with Ninja right on him, and Naga does take him down.
No, he doesn't.
No, a little too slow. And I'm looking for Fierce, who just spawned Arena. He's coming in from the side right now.
Berserk with a little gift from Naga did very well staying alive there, but now Fierce is caught out. You're going to see the Vader, I think, make it to the top of Arena. I don't know what Fierce's play will be here.
Yeah, and now Berserk is all the way in Villain's corner here on the other side.
Oh, Ninja
very separated.
Oh, what a play from Fierce. So well done. And that's going to be a one-on-one win for Fierce. Fierce might be done. He might be tired of the events. That was very well played.
And very aggressive by Ninja, who's definitely feeling himself going down there in that little small corridor against a Luke, against Fierce.
Yeah, it was interesting that Fierce looked like he dashed through the door, but he actually just dashed to the left corner nook area, whatever you want to call it, and he got a perfect push onto a Ninja that couldn't block.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Those are the kills that we expect Fierce to make, the plays that we expect him to make. We need to see more of that from the heroes if they want to have a chance at winning this.
They're playing pretty aggro here, and Fierce is going to get choked. He does not go down though, and actually will get Naga.
And Naga goes down.
There you go. Yep. Now we're seeing Berserk and Fierce
a little bit of swagger. And that was really unfortunate for Naga. He came in trying to finish the choke that Ninja had, who had to drop it, but Naga hit the bubble, and he accidentally hit the bubble super well. So he went really high in his push, just shoulder pushed Fierce, untumbled him, and it was a rough.
Yeah, you're kind of
for Naga after that.
I know in those scenarios when I personally see somebody not get tumbled like that, I'm mashing my jump button. He mashed aerial, and that didn't work out for him in the end.
Did not. The Fierce is trying to lead the villains back to his teammate Berserk, who's in the houses, and I think the villains are more than happy to follow them here.
But the thing is, so far the heroes have had the most success over on this part of the map. Granted, it's still a rather large deficit, but they have been getting kills over here, so it's pretty interesting that. I mean, it's typical, I think, of the GNE style of play to play wherever your opponent wants to play, but you might be giving away what you had, a pretty dominant opening. Like I say that, Fierce gets a great double push, and Naga's down, and now Ninja's on the back foot. You can't really play 1-on-2s with Choker very well.
But he does have that Vader, that incredible speed to get out of there. But Berserk and Fierce are staying right on him with great ramps and movement.
They finally expired what seemed like that endless stamina bar, but even then, they don't get him tumbled, and he's going to get out of that. That was well played by Ninja, again, to stay alive.
So the score is 18-9, and the heroes are on a 4-kill run. Let's see if they can extend this and get a 5-kill run.
Back within single digits. You dropped it from that 10 down to a 9, which is 1 kill, but that single digit looks so much better than that double.
Naga did get Berserk, but he didn't tumble, so now he's in a bit of a predicament. But Ninja rushes over to give him some help.
Yeah, all you gotta hear is that breath, and you know that the Vader's going to intersect between you and the pusher that's currently out of stamina, so.
I have a question for you. Do you think if he didn't have the breath, would that be a buff or a nerf to Vader? Because, it's so intimidating. You hear it and you freeze.
I guess me as a person, that's one of my sound cues for when the choker's in, because it's very common right now that you play, but justifiably so. But it's super common right now that Vader's played. That's a sound cue for me to know that he spawned. Like, it's almost guaranteed.
Right. Yeah, you definitely lose. Like, his location a lot because of the breathing.
So honestly, I would say it would be a buff, because then it becomes like another Maul or Luke or Obi-Wan where you're having to check the spawn as opposed to listen for a sound cue. So, but that's just me as a person. Because I play first-person shooters and other stuff like that, I use sound cues a lot. So, yeah, that's just me as a person, I think, from my perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about, and you make a good point. But I think there's something about that intimidation factor as soon as you hear the breathing. And Ninja's going to pick up Fierce right here, but Berserk with the save. Naga's going to try to get the saber throw.
He didn't get it though. Now Ninja's actually stuck way out of position here. But again, he's still got stamina.
He's staying alive.
Naga
got pushed away.
Yeah, he was going for a saber throw, but Berserk was not close enough to capitalize on that. Ninja just phased through a roof and just casually runs away afterwards. That's it's a good save from Berserk, but it's also extremely lucky that Naga missed 2 saber throws onto Fierce, that they don't lose a kill from that.
Yeah, I think both sides got a little bit of lucky right there, and I think they'll both take it, to be honest, because Naga and Ninja, they could have gone 0 for 2 right there. And
you're just gonna say you're gonna see Ninja go for a ramp there, and Berserk instantly drops off, not wanting to play into that. You're not seeing...
He's staying right on them right now. He goes for a great saber throw on Fierce, and I believe it connects. And now he's going to try to take out the droid, but he's having some issues.
you're not seeing Berserk and Fierce. They're not being confrontational. They're not trying to stand their ground. They're trying to keep running. Like you won't see Berserk. You know, sometimes he just runs with Fierce. There's no. You would see Berserk or Fierce like they'd stand there and they'd be like, yeah, come at me. And now it's more along the lines of, okay, we're gonna keep you repositioning.
And they're not exactly used to this style, you know. Like you said, usually they're just like, okay, yeah, and just rush us, that's fine, and we'll rush you. And yeah, they're not exactly used to repositioning this kind of game.
What a save! That was 2 great saber throws from Fierce to take Naga out, though, and that was while Naga had he could look at the cinder block. That was really well done.
He did have the perfect block. And Ninja, being the veteran, as soon as it happened, immediately just hit a ramp right onto the arena and gave the heroes no chance to try to make that a 2-on-1 situation.
The amazing thing about a 30-second timer is it counts for 1 spawn cycle, so you're guaranteed to... Oh, Fierce just got outplayed. Naga's gonna get the double.
What a great block by Ninja there to block that push from Fierce, who came out of nowhere on him, but Ninja was ready for it, and then just got the choke right after the push.
Yeah, it's interesting that they keep trying to, or at least you'd see at least one of Fierce or Berserk try to either catch Ninja unawares or just straight up one-on-one him, and it's not been working out at all. Which maybe perhaps you can't ignore the Vader that is on the map with how that Vader's been playing, but it's very interesting that they keep trying to actually take the fight as opposed to just trying to skirt around him and catch them all out.
Yeah, you know, definitely thought we'd see more targeting of Naga, but we really haven't seen that too much. I think it's just the way Ninja and Naga are playing. They're not giving them that too many opportunities. As soon as someone gets in a one-on-one with Naga, Ninja always leaves his 1v1 and comes and helps them, and that's gotten a few kills for the villains. So I think the heroes are just kind of dropping that, saying this isn't going to work. Ninja's too fast to respond.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I think that whereas the first match, Ninja and Naga did not know how to play into this duo.
Gets tumbled there.
That was actually by his teammate.
Yeah,
his teammate did untumble him immediately afterwards. But I think you're seeing whereas Ninja and Naga didn't know how to play this in the first part of the bracket, that first matchup. They figured out a way that works very well for them, and they're not going to deviate from it. Fierce got caught with saber throws trying to swap on top of a roof. Don't try to look flashy, kids.
And here we go. Rush on Naga, who's holding his own. Ninja trying to help.
But Ninja!
Oh, it worked out. He gets double.
It's just a casual bait. Absolutely planned. They was like, yeah, I'm going to choke you here. They're both going to go in and we're going to get a double push. It's fine.
What fabulous communication from Ninja and Naga right there, planning that whole thing out. I'm sure they were completely calm and just baited Fierce and Berserk, who just don't have that level of communication.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. It's definitely not them counting their stars that worked out. Not at all.
And while they definitely got a little bit lucky there with the accidental bait that was genius on accident, but it happened again. They went after Naga. And right away, Ninja was there, and I mean, again, it was a little bit lucky, but you saw what happened. 2-for-0, villains lead, or villains trade.
Ooh, we're seeing health droids be destroyed by the LSJ duo, I guess.
Don't you dare.
Okay. Fierce and Berserk. Sorry, I forgot we're dealing with an LSJ leader here.
They're bringing disgrace to the LSJ name.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know if Felix is watching the stream, but it's a good thing they're not wearing V tags at the moment.
It's interesting how much Fierce and Berserk have been playing in Villain's Corner.
Yeah, that's actually pretty.
They keep bringing it back to Villain's Corner. Fierce goes down. Berserk's gonna try to save him. Oh, he didn't tumble, actually. That was a great save by Berserk.
And he's gonna get Naga, or Fierce. I was gonna say he was gonna get Naga, but the choke was great. What a no for Berserk! I don't even know how Ninja gets a kill out of that. Maybe because they both screwed each other up, because Fierce did mash R1 there.
Yeah, he untumbled Ninja, who was able to press R1 on the low health Fierce, and he got the kill.
Yeah, Ninja went for the sprint attack, which is, I think we've seen it, especially from the high tier raiders, been their preferred method of saving when they're in a 2-on-1. And maybe Berserk wasn't timing it, but he definitely had an inkling, and he nulled Ninja perfectly.
Fierce gets tumbled here by his teammate, and then Naga gets a push.
But Naga's now caught out because Ninja had to go all the way up to the arena, and that's going to be another kill for the heroes.
And that Obi-Wan combo is so fast.
Yeah,
Ninja does not have a chance for the save.
If he gets up to him and starts pressing R1, you might as well just go ahead and head towards another high ground, because I, personally speaking, have not been able to stop that combo in time. So.
No, it's extremely fast. It's the fastest combo in the game, and it's not even close. And we have the score right now. It's 23-13. The heroes have been trying to claw back in, but honestly, they're going to need to go 1-for-1 with the villains from here on out to reach that 20 mark, which is. But
it's been interesting because we're again seeing the same story with a bigger gap this time. Obviously, after the villains have that strong start, the heroes start to keep the gap even. I mean, it's been at 10 for, I think, the last couple times we called 10, 11, somewhere in there. You even saw it at 9 at one point. So you're seeing that gap stay stagnant. Oh, Berserk's caught though, and that's going to be a kill. Actually, a double. I didn't even see Fierce get caught by Ninja, but
yeah, I was watching Naga take down Berserk, so I'm just gonna assume that Ninja had an amazing V-choke and just absolutely wrecked Fierce.
I think you're interestingly, like, I understand the thought process behind the city. You're seeing them, but even then, you're still seeing playing. Especially, I think, Berserk, they're on the ground a lot, and that makes you very susceptible to a pusher that while you're trying to avoid that choker, and I think that's what happened to Berserk. He was just sprinting, so he didn't get choked, and Naga was like, well, okay, I'll just push you in the back.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're both on the ground so much. Usually you'll see maybe one on the ground and one on top. It's just going to be saber throws, it looks like.
Yeah.
Damage. Naga gets pushed. We'll see if they can.
But Naga did manage to get a jump off before that, which actually prevented a tumble and probably a chunk of his health. You're seeing them play aggro again, though.
Ninja's kind of in a bad spot here, and Naga's getting pushed down. Good save.
Naga's tumbled. Are they just going for the trade? They are.
The trade.
And it's going to be a 2-for-1, which isn't even what you want out of that. That's interesting. I mean,
if you make that decision, you have to stay alive there, Berserk.
Yeah.
And he had an opportunity. Ninja was not quite on that.
I understand maybe the need for speed because, no pun intended, for Naga getting back up, but I would have just tossed a push at the Vader. If nothing else, you stop him from choking because he has to either block or he gets pushed. So that was really peculiar to see him just
using all of his force here.
And now the
third gets choked.
Ninja's target selection is absolutely superb. You think when you see somebody use all their stamina, like, yeah, go for him. He picks on Berserk, who's unfortunately he's gonna go down, unfortunately, but still, like he chokes Berserk instead when Berserk's like, just get a free push here. Ooh, Fierce tumble.
What good patience there by Naga. Unfortunately, Berserk gets that second push on him. Now he's in quite a bit of trouble.
Naga should go down here.
And Naga needed to stay alive there for the team. He did exercise a lot of patience, but he was really standing tall against Berserk and Fierce, and he could have just backed up.
We're gonna see split spawns, but I mean, it's a Vader with Reduck. Don't think you're gonna see any aggro plays. If Vader's tank enough, you put in that Reduck where even Luke can't one-hit him, and actually he's playing aggro now that he knows Naga's in.
It's the backslash. He doesn't get tumbled.
Yeah, you're gonna see Berserk pick up this, I think, because Fierce is gonna keep Naga off, and
Naga fell, so this could actually be a bit of trouble for the villains who are making some mistakes right now.
Yeah, he should be low on stamina. So you're finally seeing again what the heroes did in the last match, where they're starting to exploit the fact that Ninja feels very confident in his one-on-ones. And exploiting that sometimes Naga's a bit slow on the save. You saw there where, Ninja won his one-on-one. He did his job, but Naga was in no position to save, and as soon as Fierce got back up, he kept Naga away from him so that the kill is secured. So I wonder if we'll see that game slow down again because Ninja can't do stuff like he did at the start of the match.
I think we honestly have to, criticize Ninja a little bit here after this amazing show they've been performing for us. It was a 2v1 situation, and he went right in. Yes, Naga had just spawned, but he had just spawned. He was still in his spawn when he made the rush. If something bad happened, which it did, Naga could never get there in time to make a save. And so really, Ninja went in and lost in a 2v1 situation. And then Naga was trying to get there in time. You know, he gets caught out, and you know he needs to do better too at staying alive in these 2v1s when Ninja goes down, because that's twice now that I think he could have lived, and he kind of gave it up.
Yeah, I think you're correct. And again, we're seeing the G&E players actually play really split now. Naga was way off on the Twin Towers, the Chakali and Jeff, whatever you want to call it, and Ninja was in a 2-on-1. We did see Ninja get away, but it was very sketch right there. Again, no pun intended.
Oh, the pun was intended. And I think when we see Genie at their best, it's very calculated aggression from Ninja. You know, when the heroes make the small mistake, he goes in, gets a great V-choke, and catches one of the heroes off guard. Ooh. But when they start making mistakes, you know, it's usually Ninja going in way too aggressive, where in a chance where Naga doesn't even have a chance to respond.
I was gonna say, interestingly enough, they had gotten on top of Berserk. Ooh, Fierce's tumbled. And that
great
was
aerial
read. It did not result in a tumble, but that was such a great read. Unfortunately, Naga did not get the kill onto Fierce, though. And we're just gonna see everybody walk away with some hurt health bars and maybe, in Berserk's case, a little hurt pride.
Oh, that was a fantastic aerial from Ninja, who just lined up the shot.
Yeah, you saw on the spectator cam, he was waiting for it. He knew that it was coming. That's an interesting saber, though. Unfortunately, sabers don't phase through buildings in this game.
Fierce is caught in between Ninja and Naga, but Naga gives up the angle.
Yeah, he was also out of stamina there. That was a really interesting series of jumps. I don't know.
Kind of four jumped. I don't know. It seemed like that wasn't what he wanted to do. Then he's like, you know, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see the villains here challenge the heroes just straight up on the courtyard. Actually, Ninja's already on the arena above them.
And again, you're seeing Fierce and Berserk play extremely close together, but Ninja is never, ever far away. And, you know, it's, of course, incredibly hard to chase down a Luke. It is not so much an Obi-Wan that has now gone in for some reason.
Fierce is going to be right beside.
But he got the tumble onto the Vader? How did the Vader tumble?
He gets the push, but Fierce is going to be right there.
Yeah, and the Vader was extremely low. That was...
Naga has to stay alive here. He cannot give up another death in a 2v1. Does get to Jeff.
I swear, and the Vader's not. I swear we just saw Ninja tumble from a push like from the ground up. That was so weird looking on my screen.
Now the heroes have really gotten into a groove after that terrible start.
Yeah.
It is 27-18, so they're really closing in on that 20 kill mark.
But again, the gap is it's only 9. It's still 9 to 10 kills. The gap, you know, it looks good for the heroes, which by all means, considering your start, it is. But the gap hasn't decreased past that point I was talking about earlier. So it's really interesting how that's happened both matches in a row, where the villains get off to a hot start, they open up a bit of a gap, and then it stays that way for a while. Still, Ninja and Naga, you might be feeling yourselves a little bit because it's only 3 kills, and that was a great combo from Ninja. Fierce is getting caught trying to push Ninja a hell of a lot.
Right on Berserk, and Naga's right here too.
You get this kill, and Berserk jumped. I don't know. The Vader's not gonna let you go, and now it's only 1 kill.
Let's see. Fierce is not in. I think he might have canceled his spawn as soon as Berserk got caught.
Are we swapping for the last kill here?
We do have a swap.
Yeah, it's not gonna go to the choker. He's taking an awful long time. There it is.
Am I Anakin? Am I Vader? Am I Anakin? Am I Vader? Do I want the hood? Do I not want the hood?
Am I feeling emo today? Not emo.
And what an interesting to switch on the final kill. I could have seen them switch at some point, but not for the final kill.
What's interesting though is one of my favorite mauls to watch in this game right now is Ninjas. I absolutely love watching this man's maul. He takes a supportive role and almost turns it into like the more like the he takes almost the presence of a choker with a maul, in my opinion. So it'll be fun to watch and see if it works out and if Fierce and Berserk can capitalize on a switch, because now you have a weaker choker.
Yeah, he reminds me of some of the older mauls. You know, before it wasn't always the maul was the support and the choker was the aggressor. You know, sometimes it depended on your maul. Like sometimes the maul was the aggressor and the choker was the saver, because he could do those pinpoint accurate saves on PS2 especially.
Yeah.
So he's kind of got this old school maul that's really fun to watch, and you know he's definitely capable. His maul's got so many offensive weapons.
I do love watching these top tier players because they make PC look almost like PS2 again. And obviously, once we remove sprint delay and other stuff, it'll be that much closer. But you see players like Berserk or Ninja, they look like what they do. Ninja's getting caught. That was a great read by Fierce, an absolutely great read.
And it's really unfortunate. Naga, I had Fierce. Fierce made a mistake, and Naga, all he had to do was choke, but he slightly missed the shot. I'm not sure if he missed or switched a saber throw too fast or what, but he should have had Fierce, and that would have saved Mystery there, or Mystery. Ninja. Wow, really old school. See, you went to the old school mall, and I'm Jose.
Another really interesting thing about the switch here is, while I understand it, you know, maybe you're thinking, oh, it's only one kill, we won't mess it up, you know, give you some time on choker. I feel like you wanted that. It would have been an 11 kill gap. It's now 10, and
right. Every kill is going to matter for your heroes. You are going against, you know, Berserk's Vader on this next side, who, you know, we didn't see it all last match, but I mean, it is considered the best Vader in this game. So you need every single kill that you can get. I'm really surprised by this move from the from G&E squad.
Yeah, I do. I 100% agree with that. You know, and it's and they're sticking to it. They didn't lose it. They didn't lose there and then go, okay, let's swap back. They're stuck to it. So it'll be interesting to see if Fierce and Berserk continue to capitalize, and if they can actually make this last kill happen on the G&E side.
Do it, Naga. Go down to the octagon. Ah.
He's going for Fierce, but he's not gonna. Fierce is not gonna fall for that one. That was a good ramp. Oh, that was, I don't know how Berserk
gets pushed away.
Yeah, I don't know how Berserk did not win there.
Here comes Fierce.
But Fierce made a mistake again, and Naga's not capitalizing, and he's actually going to get pushed away here. So now he doesn't have near as much. This is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
And now Ninja's in a really bad spot. Berserk's right on him, sprint attacking.
That was,
He does not have enough force to get up to the arena. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Nice backslash from Fierce. And
yeah, I mean, very well played by Fierce and Manny.
Yeah, we are getting the switch right now. Naga just spawned in and immediately switched. And this needed to happen. They just gave up 3 kills, 3-0 with that switch. Naga unfortunately made a few mistakes. I think you could have had Fierce maybe 3, even 4 separate times. And
I don't know what that float to land was. Like I honestly, if I could ask him right now, I would. I don't know what the thought process was. Like you land in front of him and Fierce is like, okay, well, I guess I'll kill you. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see now if, you know, switching them all for even just that short time period, if it's going to throw off Ninja's Vader just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone from 11 kills to 8. This side is suddenly by no means over. I mean, the heroes can feel the momentum. Like, you just saw them hit saber throws onto the villains, and now they're healing. So, yeah, very peculiar decision. And maybe it's Ninja letting Naga grab that choker to play versus these high-skill players. Who knows? But if you're going for the win, that definitely did not pan out.
Yeah, that was extremely questionable. That was a real head scratcher. Just like, you know, last match when we saw Fierce and Berserk skip the spawn and then spawn 2 different places and act surprised. It's that kind of head scratcher. Just what are you doing, G&E? Are you trying to throw away this match? You had such a big lead. Then, you know, the heroes got some momentum, but you kept your lead. You had an 11 kill lead. You only needed 1 more, and then you switched. You put Naga on choker, and What a nice choke from Ninja there.
But it didn't
a better save from Fierce.
Yeah, you saw the combo miss, but Fierce trying to save is going to get caught, and that will be the side. I do believe that was almost godlike because Ninja missed a combo. Oh, that's 9 kills. I thought it was 8. But anyway, still, you've dropped it down to that single-digit gap again. And I think Berserk and Fierce are probably feeling pretty comfortable now.
Yeah, so at the start, it was embarrassing to watch Fierce and Berserk play, but they really started to get that rhythm out. And then Ninja started making some mistakes, I feel like, and they were able to capitalize on it. And then Naga was left in these 2-on-1 situations, and he couldn't stay alive. And so the heroes just kept being able to claw their way back in, staying alive in this game. And then finally the villains answer it. I think they go on a 3-0 run. They get a nice double kill. They only need one more kill, and they did just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They switched it up, took Ninja off Vader, and they gave up a few kills there. And I think that might come back in and hurt them later on in this match.
Okay, we're not going to see Fierce start Vader this time. Berserk has already spawned in as Vader, so we'll see the seriousness from the start. Now, we are seeing Naga on Luke, which I think has been traditional that Naga does start on Luke, and they swap it up if you feel like it's going incorrect.
Yeah, these two will switch back and forth 3 or 4 or 5 times on Hero's side, just depending on how they're feeling. They both feel they're interchangeable with their characters. So I won't be too surprised if we see a few switches. And I'm very happy to see Berserk coming out on Vader. None of this Berserk Maul, crap that we had to endure last time. It is the worst Maul in the game. It's not like watching Ninja's Maul. And Fierce's choker was not on point last game either. So we're starting off the right way here for Berserk and Fierce, and of course we'll see if it starts off the right way. We'll see if they can get off of that hot start, just like Ninja and Naga did. And I do feel like at the start of a side, the Vader is extremely dangerous because the heroes haven't quite adjusted ever to playing the Vader. Those first few lives, the Vader speed can always catch you off guard a little bit. Even experienced players who've played against Vader, for 15 years, just that first initial switch is always pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Berserk and Fierce, they're taking their time here, slow playing. Berserk automatically going down. Is he switching characters? Nah, he's just warming up, waiting for Fierce.
Yeah, Fierce apparently has decided to hold up the second side for a few minutes.
His Madre is calling him.
Yeah.
So, how many? Do you think this is the right thing for Naga to start out on Luke? I know it's something that they're comfortable with, but it seemed like as soon as last match, as soon as they switched it up and Ninja got the Luke and Naga got the Obi, they both played better.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it because Naga had a very rough hero side when they played it in the first match. So I wonder if we'll see him play better. I still think in terms of rebounding and learning from mistakes, Naga's one of the best ones at it. So we'll see if he's able to do stuff with this Luke this time instead of having a rough start and a rough ending too.
And both heroes are on the ground with the villains above him. And a great aerial, but he couldn't get the backslash, and Berserk gets the choke.
What just hit? I don't even know how Ninja got tumbled there, but he did, and that's going to be a double for the villain starting off.
Yeah, I believe that was just the very edge of the hitbox of the Maul combo, and just barely got him. Then Berserk capitalized, and yeah, that's a hot start from the villains. I'm surprised we're not seeing Berserk heal. He definitely did take that aerial. I think maybe they were just waiting to see where the heroes were going to spawn before he made his move to a health droid, because he is now getting some of that health points back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's now. So now we're already back over into the city or the house. So it's wow, they're swarming that Vader. That Vader's tumbled too, and he's down.
Now, Ninja's gonna be right on Fierce. He goes for the combo.
Damn.
Gets him.
Ninja just styled on both Fierce and Berserk with that Obi-Wan. I mean, those kills were both facilitated by him and both secured by him. So, well played.
And that's the answer you need to see out of the heroes here. You know that they're trying their hardest to keep this close. You know, trade as much as they can. And going down 2-0, this could have started out a run for the villains, but they answered immediately. You know, last match we saw the villains, usually go on a run of like 5 or 6, and then the heroes would bring it back.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them bring it back right away tonight.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with that.
And I wonder if that'll frazzle the villains just a little bit. Going down 2-0 right away.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing or as I say that, Fierce did actually, or Berserk actually did make an aggressive play, but I was saying you were seeing like the heroes or villains seem really hesitant to apply pressure. Naga is using all 30 seconds and maybe a little bit then some on top of this dildo. He's been up there for quite a while now, and he's finally going to come down.
He had the head counter. It was at 29 seconds that he dropped. He knows what he's doing. A great choke from Berserk, but he can't finish him off with the combo. Gets pushed away.
It's one of the fickle things about how laggy Steam is. That's a great dash attack from Ninja, but Fierce is going to get up. And Ninja uses side perfectly.
Naga's right on Fierce right here.
It's interesting because Ninja's actually... Oh, that aerial's not... It did get him!
Wow! Now Fierce...
And Fierce is low.
Stuck here.
So,
yeah, no, he's definitely low.
You can look at perfect block by all means. I think you're actually going to see G&E maybe slow this down a little bit. Go to heal.
This is a dangerous spot for them to heal. As Fierce is going to be on the high ground above them, and Berserk's going to spawn right behind them. And the heroes are split right now. We have 2 1v1s going on. Naga trying to get back to Ninja, but Fierce is right there, and so is Berserk. And he reads Berserk perfectly, gets the backslash. Fierce with the saber throw save.
Oh, what a block from Fierce and a choke from Berserk. That was really well played by both of them. Good double.
Fantastic teamwork from Fierce and Berserk right there. Naga and Ninja played that pretty well. But Fierce just right on with the saber throw save. Naga spawning in and opting to take the highest ground in the corner that he can, waiting for his teammate to spawn.
It's interesting that Ninja missed. But he's in now, and we're going to go look for where the villains are currently located, which is not far from that. Berserk actually swapping to the Anakin to get that health back, and he's going to stay on it now that Ninja's here.
I wonder if we'll see Berserk just go to the cantina here and switch right back to Vader, or if he's just stick on this Anakin for a life and see how it goes.
I definitely think that...
Oh, what an alley-oop! A push from Ninja and an aerial from Naga, just perfectly timed.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It was right in the middle of me saying that back in 2014 PC4s, that Anakin was much more prevalent than it was, Vader was always strong, but you saw a lot more Anakin, and I feel like you see hardly any Anakin now, so...
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we've gone to
a... Naga's down.
It's going to be a saber throw from Berserk right there.
Yeah, now Ninja's...
He's going right on Ninja, but he doesn't have that Vader speed to keep up anymore.
Yeah, but Ninja isn't really creating a whole lot of ground. And Berserk is still right on him. He's going to elect to heal.
You can tell Ninja really wants to, I think, destroy this droid, but...
Yeah,
Berserk just gave it up.
Yeah, they backed all the way up to corner, and he's going to destroy that one too, so...
It's about time we see Ninja actually hit the health droid that he's aiming for with the saber throw. This match and last match, he's missed the health droid multiple times, so it's good to see him get one. The villains are cornered here. They're in a crossfire, Fierce is. Just managed to get out. Berserk just trying to get those cheeky chokes on Ninja, but Ninja's too aware.
It's interesting that he hasn't swapped. I think you've already pointed it out once, but he hasn't even looked for it. Oh, and that's an interesting.
Right away.
That was a really interesting tumble. PC has facilitated that kill, and we'll thank PC Overlords for that.
I know it's not how Genie's played this so far, but I really thought for a second we were going to see them both jump up to the arena and challenge Fierce. It seemed like they wanted to.
It's that team, and it's that vibe that they give off. That as soon as they have some sort of advantage or feel like they have that advantage, they're going to press it, and it's very scary to play against. You've seen Berserk back on that Vader.
Yeah, and I think it was a mistake for him to be so casual about his Anakin.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to be a choice. I feel like there's always something like mentally there when you were forced into the Anakin, like you didn't want to play it. It kind of stops you from being as proficient as you can. Berserk almost caught Naga. Fierce gets pushed. And Naga's gonna get choked here, looks like. Berserk misses it.
Yeah, you're starting to see the villains kind of give chase to the heroes now. Although, I think the heroes are actually isolating this mall, and they did it effectively. Fierce is down, and he's
Naga's
going
got a
to
great
die.
mark on Berserk here, and he's going to be applying pressure. Ninja gets choked.
Maybe because they're on villains, you're seeing that Berserk and... Oh, what?
Great saber throw. Oh, Fierce is already in, and he was trying to save Berserk, but Berserk goes down right as he gets there, so now he's in a bad spot.
He may have even been trying to go for, like, catch him off guard, get that double kill, and it's not going to work out. He will get out with his life, but I was going to say you're seeing again, now that perhaps that they're on villains, you're seeing that one-on-one style start to play out again between Berserk and Fierce. And
a great choke from Berserk.
Naga was not in any position to save him at all. He's doing an admirable job of staying alive, though.
And Naga really needs to stay alive in this 2-on-1. He can't be giving up these deaths, especially... He's not in a terrible position when the death happens.
Okay, so Fierce actually was in the midair, so he does not get punished for that. It was a really interesting aerial from Naga, but I think you're going to see G&E just try and go and reset here, or get positioned to where they feel a little bit more comfortable.
No, both villains are in this very weird spot.
Yeah, I don't know how they both got into this corner. I mean, I know how Berserk got there, obviously, but I don't know how Fierce ended up joining on the exact same roof.
Yeah, I missed it, but I think it was just another push from Naga as he kind of turned and they both just got pushed. But yeah, very interesting that they were both on that building. It's it's probably the worst building in the game to be on. But they managed to get out of it. And you got to be very thankful if you're the villains right there. As I believe the score is 6-6, so you really don't want to be going down to the heroes, and it almost happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Berserk accidentally throws a saber. I believe it was an accident. Maybe Naga's extremely low health. And great backslash from Naga, but Fierce for Ninja, but Fierce with the saber.
What? Okay, so Naga could have pushed there. That's really interesting. I mean, obviously you're playing against a great blink blocker, but Berserk was down there and he didn't even attempt to capitalize on it. Actually, he's going to lose his life anyway. So, and now they're split spawned. Ninja's in a 2-on-1 off spawn.
Getting pushed right away.
He's going
trying to get on it. He does get on it, so it's gonna be very hard to kill him. But I would have liked to seen a saber throw from Berserk right there. Just get that chip damage on someone who's swapping.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Naga sitting on the Chikali here, just ready to sweep down as soon as things happen, and you know, Ninja got a push, and Naga went right down, but unfortunately nothing can come from it.
Yep. You're seeing it slow down a little again. The heroes, you know, they're now losing instead of staying even or even gaining, so maybe they'll slow it down just a little and force the villains to make the plays, which you think is very traditional, and you're seeing Berserk start to do that. Oh, Fierce with a great jump.
Naga's in a little bit of trouble here, but I think he's going to be okay. Oh, Berserk's going to go right down on this. See if Ninja can do anything. He's going to get a push.
Naga is
It's a really
tumbled.
good push on Fierce as well. Now he pushes Berserk away, but Naga keeps
Naga-
getting tumbled.
Yeah, he's not in a position to get untumbled, and that's going to be Naga going down. I mean, it was a valiant effort, but there's just sadly no wall or anything to prevent him from tumbling there.
I think Ninja had it on his very first push. I think he had him untumbled and pushed him into the dildo. But unfortunately, then he pushed again onto Berserk, and that pushed Naga again. And he got tumbled, and he switches to Mace Windu. Ninja does. And it is 9-6 with the villains in the lead. I think they're on a 4-0 run right now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They are.
The villains getting the heroes in a crossfire here. The heroes are gonna probably have to move. And great tumble from Ninja there, but he's not gonna be able to capitalize on it. And Fierce is right there. And on the way back, Fierce, who's getting pushed, was able to jump and angle his saber, so it came back into Naga.
Yeah. So now you're up to 11. I think it's 11. Yeah, 11 kills. You're on a or 10. Apologies. And you're on a
10-6, 5-0 run.
Yeah, you're still going strong on your run, and
now the heroes are split, and so they're gonna rush Naga now, and Naga's gonna have to try to stay alive here.
yeah. At what point do you change things up as Naga and Ninja instead of continuously feeding into this this kind of dominant style that Fierce and Berserker started to pull out?
Yeah, we saw an attempted kind of switch by Ninja, just switch up to Mace, see if that would do something different. So far, it hasn't helped them much. Ooh, Ninja misses his ramp a little bit, almost got pushed and punished for it, but Naga, I think, made Fierce hesitate. But Fierce is right on them, staying right here.
Yeah, now that you see them get this 5-0 run, you're seeing Fierce and Berserk's confidence start to come back, and they're playing much more aggressive. Naga just tumbled.
Especially Fierce. Fierce is just staying right. He's taking the charge. He's being the point man right now. Berserk gonna go up for Ninja, forcing him down with the float. So now he's right above both heroes, and Fierce is on the side, so the heroes are down on the ground. They do manage to escape, and Berserk's going right on to Ninja, though. This is still scary for Ninja. He does manage to push Berserk away and force him back, but not for long. Berserk goes right in, and a fantastic null, and Ninja there trying great save. Fierce with the saber throw. Wow.
Yeah, Fierce was just kind of sitting back saber throwing. Naga was extremely predictable. He went, and there's you're not gonna get away with a jump like that versus a Vader. That's Berserk's caliber.
So we have a 7-0 run from the villains now.
Yeah, that was an interesting sprint attack. There was nothing to Ninja swap to the loop. There was nothing to predict, or there was no intent behind it. He just kind of full send into him, and Berserk.
Yeah, and the Vader had the perfect block. As well. So it was a curious play. If he hadn't had the perfect block, I'd have been totally okay with it. But having the octagon block, yeah, that was kind of questionable. But I really wanted to shout out, even though it didn't work out. I want to shout out Ninja for that fantastic save, being right there, getting the block, and then Fierce with that saber throw.
Great block from Fierce.
Naga just had to 4-jump again, so he's gonna be out of force, and he just got pushed by his teammates, so he's gonna be forced just to fall here.
Fierce is
gonna be able to clean this up.
Fierce is playing the Maul role to perfection right now. He's throwing saber throws while his teammate is distracting them and hitting them multiple times. You saw him only have to backslash Naga after he tumbled him. While Berserk is obviously a flashy Vader, Fierce is playing that Maul, supportive Maul, I guess, to perfection at the moment.
Yeah, and this is the Berserk and Fierce that we want to see, that we expect to see. This fantastic, flashy, fast, aggressive distraction from Berserk, and this calculated, fantastic play out of Fierce, who just really is playing Maul to perfection right now. As you said, his saber throws have been amazing. And now the villains are on a 9-0 streak. I believe the score is 14-6. The heroes need an answer. They did switch Ninja to Luke, which worked for them really well last time. We'll see if that can help them, but they did go 0-2 when the switch first happened. And they have brought it back to the houses, which is, again, last match where they had all their success. So they're definitely trying to get into their comfort zone, go to where things have worked, and try to get this back in, get themselves back into the game.
Yep. It's definitely, you're rapidly feeling the game slip from your fingers, especially since you threw away that lead you had on villains.
Oh no, Naga accidentally.
Interesting.
It might work out, actually. Fierce does go down.
It's at the cost of, I believe, 2/3 of Ninja's life, but
he did pick up a health back, and now he's going to go to heal, and Berserk's just going to have to respect this, I think. But this is always a scary spawn to heal at, because, you know, if the villain's on one side, the villain can always spawn right behind you. And they actually did it the opposite. Berserk switched to the other side, forcing them to Fierce spawn villain's corner instead. But they are sandwiched. Ninja's going in on Berserk, who just gets out of there not comfortable at all.
Yeah, I think that's one of the few times you're going to see a Vader run from heroes. That was Berserk got out of there very fast, as is the trademark of Vader.
Yeah, he knew Naga was going to be approaching, and
what a
fantastic choke!
Oh, but
great save!
Yeah,
he's gonna kill Fierce.
That's double kill. Ninja is, you know, for all of his minor mistakes on villains, he is putting on a clinic. He is keeping his team in this. You know, is the reason his team had such a huge lead with the help of Naga, but still the save there was beautiful, and he's doing all he can.
What a choke from Berserk that was. You know, he missed that initial choke, and Naga felt he was safe. And honestly, I was watching Naga's point of view, and I thought he was safe.
It might have been not even that Berserk didn't even choke. He was just floating at him, and because if you miss that initial choke, you only have a split second on that second one.
Yeah, I don't think he went for it, but it's just the range. It felt right. It felt like Naga was good, and then he gets this perfect choke, and
by all means, I think you could, if you put anybody else there. Sole exception probably being Ninja. They would have tried to choke there, but Berserk held on to it.
So with that 2-0 from the heroes, they ended the villains' run, and they got the score now 14-9 villains' favor. So you know it's a much more comfortable score, much more respectable score. If they can get a trade here or something, they'll be feeling pretty good. They can get their confidence back.
Yeah, you're instead of being 1 kill from a tie or 2 kills from a loss, you got a bit more of a cushion of like 3 to 4, and it's just those single kills at a time where you start feeling that gap. It closes again, and you start feeling better about it, and that's what you need to do as a hero. That's what keeps you in the game, especially versus a villain team of this caliber.
And I'm very surprised to see the heroes here, G&E, come back to the default area. They wanted to go to the houses. They switched their characters. They went to, their most comfortable zone, and then they got that double kill, and now they're just coming right back to default. And Naga dipped. He's healing. So Ninja is.
I think
it beat down Berserk.
Yeah, it wasn't even a 2-on-1. Fierce was hunting Naga.
Fierce did go for Naga.
Again, it's that 1-on-1 style, but this time you're playing, into Ninja's Luke. You're not playing into Naga's Luke. You're playing into the guy that's better, and Berserk paid for it. I was gonna say that right after that hero double kill, you notice how the game slowed way down, and then Berserk sped it back up, and unfortunately to his demise. But
so now we have a 3-0 run, by the heroes here, who have really clawed their way back into the game. Berserk and Fierce, who have been playing so well, throughout that run, they have to get it back now. Yep. They have to answer. they don't need to be put in a position like Ninja and Naga were, where they had to go on that 12-1 run, last night. They have to exert their dominance throughout the entire game.
Yeah,
get another switch. Interesting. Naga has switched to Han Solo's, going for the switch at the arena. Yeah. So the villains, if they rush or if they have an inkling about what's happening, they're going to be in a very bad spot. But Ninja completely held him off, and Naga got away with that for free. That's actually amazing and hilarious. Although he did accidentally switch to Luke, so now he's having to switch again to Obi-Wan. He's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, that was he jumped directly at Fierce because he didn't know he was up there. It's a good block. What is
great aerial? It's Sprint Tag. Now Berserk in a terrible spot, goes down, and a 5-0 run for the heroes right here.
The lead
the droid did stay alive.
The lead that you're seeing that Fierce and Berserk had is completely evaporated. Once again, G&E is now in the driver's seat. It's on Fierce and Berserk to rebound and do again what they've already done once, which it's not unspeakable for players of this caliber, but since you're playing into the duo that is, if just as good, if they've proven that so far, it's much harder to do. Well, I say that, but that was interesting.
And then Naga's gotta stay alive here. He can't give this up. Berserk's gonna be right on him. Fierce is on the low ground, fortunately for him. So
there's Berserk.
And there we go.
Yeah, so when yeah, that was an interesting kill. I don't maybe Ninja accidentally tapped block, or there's certain ways that you can actually get a choke off because of that block run that's built into PC. So yeah, it's definitely fairly easy for Berserk.
Now I want to go back to the arena with the switch that happened with Naga switching to Han Solo at the arena, which is so risky to do. It's actually almost never done because you have to go all the way down and then all the way back up with Han Solo. It takes forever. You're super vulnerable. But they were totally confident that the villains wouldn't rush because Ninja was there. He had the high ground. And the villains just played right to their hands and gave it up. And then I want to give so much credit to Naga, who, when he switched, he accidentally switched to Luke. So the heroes had 2 Lukes, which is against the rules. And he had just dropped a heal, and he realized that, and instead of sticking around and healing, he's like, I'll switch later, it's fine. He immediately went right back up, put himself in danger, and switched to Obi-Wan.
Berserk is making mistakes, man. He's making uncharacteristic mistakes.
Berserk gets pushed again and gets pushed right into Naga.
Yeah, that Berserk is the one that facilitated Fierce's death there. You can't blame Fierce for that one. He missed an aerial which is understandable, kind of, on that dildo, but you have to expect him to fall off that edge, and he didn't anticipate it at all, and Naga just backslashed him, and it was a easy kill into Fierce while he was trying to prevent Berserk from dying.
And this is a 1v1 that Berserk and Ninja were having there for a second before Ninja decided to leave. Naga is healing at the hero's platform, and the villains are right on it now.
Oh, but Ninja's playing aggro. I don't know if he actually hit Berserk there, but that was a very interesting play that it's not going to cost him his life. It looks like it is now. Oh, what an aerial!
A trade, actually. And now he's in a one-on-one with Fierce.
Naga from downtown absolutely zooms in.
And both teammates are back in, so we do have the 2v2, but Berserk is immediately on top of them, so the heroes kind of in a bad spot, but they do manage to escape all the way back to the pussy in the cantina bubble.
Yeah, it's interesting how well that G&E has been punishing. Oh, what an aerial! And you gotta imagine he's dead there. But that was he's dead.
Berserk that whole time was trailing them, shadowing them, trying to get close enough, but they just kept pushing Fierce one more time, and Berserk could not get there safely.
They have been exceptional at both capitalizing on when one of them is caught out, as well as catching Fierce and Berserk out when they play further apart from each other. You saw as soon as Berserk was behind them, they just turned on Fierce, got the push, and they committed to it. And for all of Vader's speed, he didn't have the time to get there. So,
yeah, Berserk had to keep giving them respect. He kept thinking they maybe were going to turn. So he kept having to play it slower than he wanted to. He couldn't just rush right in, in there like he would against other people. Oh, and he goes for the aerial. Unfortunately,
I
Naga did not
honestly,
punish him.
I think it's good that neither of them were in range of each other there, because I would not have been surprised if that backslash got Berserk. So,
yeah, and he definitely saw the Vader coming for him. He actually assumed Berserk was going to hit him, so he went for the backslash, which would have been the right play, but Berserk missed it. Fortunately for Berserk, and Ninja goes. Oh, they both get tumbled.
Yeah, that's the push is. Oh, what a great double push though! He rebounded it, but he's too late. He took too much time.
He was trying really hard not to mess that up, and by trying so hard to mess it up, he went too slow about it. He had enough time to get the backslash off and then push again, but
you gotta pay attention to your eternal clock there on that push. You know, it's almost muscle memory, and Naga did not do it well enough there. Too busy trying to re-tumble Berserk.
And honestly, I would have been totally okay with it if he just, after that second push, if he just went for Fierce, got the combo, and then got out of there. You go 1 for 1, you're okay with it. You don't have to be too greedy.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, you're not playing that one-hit combo, so just go in and get the character you can get and get out.
Can I have a score update, please? So it's 19-15. Villains are in the lead.
It's still only 4 kills though, and you're at an 8-kill deficit. You know, for all we ran into G&E for their, which I mean, justifiably so, for their ending to that side, they have played heroes to perfection so far, and are proving that it does not matter that it was only an 8-kill deficit. Oh, what a choke! Oh. It's not gonna work out though, and now he's on the ground. Naga
does get tumbled by Fierce. Naga, I believe, just 4-jumped.
Yeah, that's Naga's making some interesting decisions this match. You know,
both villains.
You're seeing uncharacteristically that Berserk and Fierce are going for the exact same kills. Maybe not trusting in each other as much as they did. You know, and obviously it doesn't get punished there, but Fierce had Naga, and Berserk did not trust him to get that kill.
I don't know if it's trust as much as it is just really wanting that kill. You know, making sure we get it. Like, oh my god, you see the kill, your eyes get wide. Like, we need this so bad. And so they're both just playing a little bit not as, I want to say careful. Coordinated. Yeah,
coordinated, calm, you know, the collected,
yeah, it's a bit panicky. They're playing panicked. That's the word.
Yeah. You know, every kill kind of counts type thing, and by definition, that's when you start losing that trust in your team, or you don't pay attention to what your teammate's doing as much. So,
yeah, even Berserk on that initial choke that he had on Ninja, you could tell the Ninja was going to fall down, but Berserk still went for the combo. What a fantastic aerial!
That was so beautiful. It was so well done.
And it was right on the side of the bubble too, so even if he didn't get what he wanted, he was going to be perfectly safe. That was such accuracy out of him.
Yeah, that's you got 1 kill, and then the heroes immediately closed the gap right afterwards. So,
if I remember right, Berserk gets a choke, and they are able to finish off Ninja. If the villains from here on out, if they trade 2 for 1, they will win this game. However, they don't have a lot of wiggle room. I believe the heroes only need 5 more kills to clinch.
Yeah. I think Naga got caught by Berserk again, but Ninja was in there on spawn, and again, Fierce was he was way on the other side of the map there. Berserk didn't get collapsed on anything, but still, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, the score is 21-16. Villains are in the lead. The villains need 9 more kills to win this game. The heroes need they need 6. Or 5, sorry. Oh, the 5 to 5, 6 to... Gotcha. So the villains from here on out, they can trade 2 for 1, which is comfortable for them, but they don't have wiggle room. A single 2 for 0 for them, and the heroes are looking very good.
Oh, I don't. Berserk did not go down.
Naga might get choked right here if he's not careful, but he was ready for it.
He doesn't have stamina though. No, yeah, he did not have stamina. That used all of it. But Berserk, I feel like, has been dealing with both heroes here for a little while now. He's still
fierce saber throwing from the side. I think he's trying to. It worked so early, so well earlier.
But fierce is not like on this type of ground. You
gotta get in there. You gotta have a presence to save. Like. The heroes were totally comfortable. They knew Fierce was not coming in.
Yeah, I mean, you use your line of sight. On top of that, you're both on the same roof. Berserk doesn't get anything from it, and
Fierce is in a lot of trouble. Berserk is on his way. Naga has marked him, so we have 2 1v1s going on, and Fierce is still in trouble. He gets pushed. Naga comes over to help, so we do have a 2v2 happening right here. Berserk right on top of Ninja.
Return to battle. Return to battle.
I might see it slow down just a little now. But Ninja's trying not to let the villains claim any ground.
Naga accidentally tumbled.
And then he sabered through his teammate.
I believe Fierce is a saber throw, and I think he thought Fierce was going to go straight for the sprint attack, but Fierce too patient.
There's that.
Faded it out.
There's that 2 for 1 trade though. He got that initial kill for heroes. And then they spawn back in and they just got the 2-0. So it's still working out for the villains. We were definitely a little scared there for a second, but
so 7 more kills for the villains. And if you are villains, you should be feeling comfortable. You should be going 2 for 1 with your villains. But the thing is, with this game being so close to the end, you don't have any room for mistakes.
Yeah, 100%.
One bad 0 for 2 for them, and this is a totally different game.
Yeah, the pressure's definitely, you're feeling it for both teams here. Especially now that villains have kind of found a groove where they're not losing much. So we're gonna see a pause here, take a breather, accidentally unplug the controller so they could have a bit of a reset.
I hope everyone in this final match has a sweat rag next to them. They're wiping their hands off, wiping their forehead. You gotta take this. You gotta take this seriously.
Make sure you got the water bottle for hydration.
You gotta stay Gatorade, please. You need the energy.
Fierce is apparently having equipment malfunctions.
Fierce is going to restart his PC.
So we can just troubleshoot every equipment problem.
I'm going to restart my PC too. I just felt left out.
I just decided to press the spam button cuz.
Well, okay. So we got a little bit of a 2-minute warning. Intermission here. I'm happy to see both Naga and Ninja moving around, hitting some ramps, aerialing, comboing. They're staying as warm as they can.
Yeah.
Berserk, on the other hand, he must be going to the bathroom. He's AFK.
Yeah, he's gotten up and left. There's nobody at the helm of that Vader right now. Maybe actually needing that water bottle. I know. I think I'm about to go get one personally.
All right, you go do that. I will hold down the fort.
Excellent.
So the combined score is 47 to 44. Genie's in the lead. Genie is in the lead overall by 3 kills. And the current score for this side is 23 to 17. Yeah, 23-17. So 7 more kills for the villains here. And then 4 more kills for a tie and enforced overtime by the heroes. 5 for the win. And this last match went to overtime, and Ninja and Naga G&E squad won it, but Ninja just played amazing. I believe he went like 15-2 or something, and absolutely dominated. And wait, am I even thinking of the right match? Am I thinking of the Volt and Viking match? I just remember in overtime with Ninja popping off, but I think I'm thinking of the wrong match right now. Yeah, well, okay, fine. It still works perfectly fine. Ninja has experience in overtime, and he absolutely dominated in it when it went to overtime in the losers bracket finals. So he's definitely comfortable with it. And if it happens to go to overtime here in this final match, Berserk and Fierce have not, gone to the final round like that. I think you might have to give the edge to G&E if this goes to overtime. So if you're Berserk and Fierce, I think you really need to close this out. Right here, right now, and don't let this even have a chance to go to overtime. Let Ninja back on his Vader, who played phenomenally well with it. And this switch from G&E with Ninja going to Luke and Naga going to Obi-Wan has gone really well for them. They were getting slapped around a little bit. Again, as soon as they made this switch, I believe the villains were on a 9-0 run. Or something like that, and then they made the switch. They lost that first life, but ever since then, they've played extremely well.
All right, got a water bottle so my voice doesn't die, and I'm back.
Nice. You take a big old swig. I really want to shout out Ninja here for his saves. His saves have been spectacular all the way through, from just an aerial kill on Berserk. One time Naga was getting choked, and Ninja didn't even go for Berserk, but he knew that Berserk was going to have to respect the threat, so he just aerialed way past Berserk, didn't even aim for him, and Berserk had to, pull back from Naga, put up his block just in case.
Yeah.
And Ninja was totally safe with that save. It was such a smart play and heads up, and some of his pushes have been right on point. That's really, I think, been the saving grace for the heroes this side, is just the spectacular saves that Ninja's been doing. And of course, Naga, he's had multiple just aerials out of nowhere on heroes to get some saves too. Just been really fantastic to see.
It's yeah, I mean, like I said, Ninja's been putting on a clinic. He's been playing extremely well. You could definitely criticize maybe some of his issues at the middle of the villain side, but he's been very dominant and very good at what he's been doing. And Naga, I think is supported fairly well, especially on the villain side. He might be struggling again here on Heroes. So I almost feel like we're heading towards the tie. I'm not gonna, call that by any means, but it's been extremely close so far this half, between either team winning or even that tie. So
a tie feels right. And what I was saying while you were gone was in the losers bracket finals, Ninja and Naga went overtime against Viking and Volt, and Ninja just absolutely went off. I don't even think he died on the villain side. I mean, I think he only died once on the hero side, and dropped the most kills both sides as well. He played phenomenal. So, Naga and Ninja, they are comfortable with overtime. I feel like, Fierce and Berserk, they haven't, had to go the distance like that.
It's that clutch factor that when your back's put against the wall, you know what you have to do, and you're willing to put your all in for it. And it's good to see that they've shown they have that. I don't think we've seen Berserk and Fierce been put into, perhaps with the sole exception being the first match they played, where they've had to have that. So we'll see. I
think if this goes to overtime, I think G&E will pull this out. So I think if you're Fierce and Berserk, you have to close it out right here and now. The villains or the heroes cannot get the 4 kills they need to force an overtime. You have to close it out. You have to play like you're in overtime right now. Because I think if this goes to overtime, I think the edge definitely goes to G&E.
Yeah. I could definitely see it. I mean, it's, you know, you're going to probably coin flip for that side again. I think Fierce is making sure that his frames are okay. But
yeah.
Don't know how much.
A little impatient. Yeah. We gave you an entire restart of your computer. You're in the server. You know, chop, chop, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see what he says.
We all wait in anticipation as he is typing, we hope.
Stop moving, so.
It was right after G&E said something, so I assumed we were going to get a response, but I think now, I think he might just be alt-tabbed or even away. And you know, right now, it's such a close game, right? And, you know, the villains, you know, they do have the edge, you know, they only need 7 kills where the heroes need 5. You know, that's a tall order for the heroes. And it really goes back to Naga and Ninja making that switch on villains. You know, when Naga went choker, they gave up 3 kills. And right now, if they had those extra 3 kills to play with, this is a totally different game. And G&E would be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. You know, now you're looking at an extremely close game, whereas before you might be feeling a bit of a cushion. So I think Fierce is definitely still experiencing technical issues. So we'll see. Although
he's throwing a saber, and maybe that 10% music.
Maybe that works.
Now he gets hopefully he's getting that cantina music going. You know, he's vibing a little bit.
We're missing the Vader. The Vader's MIA.
That's
Berserk.
about the most classic Berserk thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was so predictable, it hurts.
It was a thing back on PC too. He did the exact same thing in 2014, 2015. If he was in a scrim, at some point he was either going to hold it up or he's going to be like the last one in the server by 20 minutes.
Nice to see some things don't change, but then again, maybe things are changing. The winds are changing. Fierce and Berserk might be losing a second match in a row, something we never thought was going to happen this tournament.
And I think it's definitely going to kind of hit home that you got all the way to finals without losing a single match in a double elimination bracket, and then you lose back-to-back. That would, you went from being
to a team you beat, to a team you knocked into losers.
You would go from being everybody's like, oh, these guys have this in the bag, they're clinched, it's clinched, you know, they're not going to lose, to you're not the top dog anymore. So, yeah, it would be very interesting to see that happen. Interesting spot. I don't think we've seen them at least minimally fight in this area of the map. Not just even specifically over the normal area, but this side of the normal area. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic having Berserk over by the hero spawn and then Fierce on the Cantina bubble.
Yeah, the heroes have always been playing around the nipple, and this whole server just lagged, I believe.
Yeah, I got a spike there.
All the players know what happened. Berserk tried to take advantage of that, hoping that Ninja would be, you know, maybe even complaining a little bit there for a second. Rushed Ninja, but Ninja was ready for it.
Now, positions have been changed, at least on which side of the normal area of this map people are playing on.
Now, it's interesting to me that the heroes have many times now given up the easy perfect block and given Maul the heroes corner, but Fierce just gave it up and went to the Cantina bubble, and they're playing very split right now, Berserk and Fierce. If the heroes wanted to, they could make a move.
I don't know about this one, Ninja. He's going to get away with his life for the time being.
Berserk's going to be low force. He's tumbled right now. Fierce with the save. Ninja tries to get the backslash, can't get it. Fierce is now in trouble. He's jumped 4 times, I believe. He gets pushed.
Oh, okay. He did not hit Berserk there, I don't think. Berserk's going to fall off during that. So that was almost extremely bad, and then they got, you know, I guess he trusted in the line of sight not being there for that saber throw. But yeah, that was a risky play that ended up panning out to no kills for either side.
and both sides get a little bit lucky there. That almost went disastrous. That was almost a 2-0 for the villains, and then it was almost a 2-0 for the heroes. But you know, these players are so experienced with staying alive; they all just barely make it out.
Looks like G&E is looking for a health droid, which I think, if not all, the majority have been destroyed, and this time you're not going to have time to use Han Solo. So,
yeah, there's no way they'll get away with that one again.
it's interesting that they're going all over the map looking for one, but they're not.
Here comes Berserk, right on Naga, who takes it down. Can he finish it? He does get the punch.
Position to stop this. It's gonna be.
Oh, that Fierce drops.
Yeah, he got the tumble on a Naga, but I mean, it's too late. That combo was so fast, and then that was a beautiful dash attack. That's not good.
Oh,
that's not good for the villains. That's not what you want.
So it's 23-19, villains' favor. The heroes only need 2 more kills to force an overtime, 3 to clinch the win, while the villains still need 7. Now, again, if you're villains and this was, starting out, we can get 7 kills before they get 3. You can feel okay about it, but you just don't have any wiggle room now. You can't make a single mistake. All the pressure is now on the villains because of that. That excellent 2-0, which started with Berserk going on Naga, kind of a sloppy rush, and Naga made him pay.
Yeah. It's gonna take a run of dominance that I don't think we've seen maybe since the start of the half for Berserk and Fierce. So
yeah, a very, very early start when I believe they went on a 9-0 run with just fantastic play. With mostly came from Fierce. He doesn't have the fourth score, does he?
Berserk has held his choke so many times now, and it's caught them a couple times, but it's still not enough. You have to get this kill on the Naga, and I think Ninja's already in. This is going to get interesting. I say that Ninja's not going to be in a position, but
Ninja has to get away. He's cornered. He's playing around his spawn.
This is interesting because now Ninja...
he gets choked. Naga's in.
Okay, so he is going to stay alive till Naga may spawn. That almost became a 3-0 run, which would instantly have made it from, oh, hey, we have a cushion, to, oh, hey, we're back at the same spot, where either team screwing up means that they lose.
So the villains 5 kills away from becoming the champions. The heroes 3 kills away.
This could not get much closer. It'll only get closer if we see another 2-0 from the villains, really. Seems like teams are sticking to their guns here. I think it's interesting. Oh, Genie's relocating now.
I can't see the chat, but I need the chat to start an overtime chant. I think we need to get that going. Because we need more of this gameplay from these 2 fantastic teams. I don't want this to end.
They might want it to end, though. Especially after how...
Dance, monkeys, dance! Alright, so we've returned back to the default area. Berserk. I think we're going to see Berserk go on this Heroes platform. He's gone on it pretty much every time, and I think we'll just see Berserk. Or not Berserk. Fierce Saber Throw.
Now,
they have to be rushing Naga here, right? Naga was running.
You're in do or die on either side. Who's going to be the person to step up and make it happen? Who's going to be the guy that's going to facilitate that play that puts your team in the driver's seat? I mean, you're even seeing the villains play extremely slow because they know how close this is. So who's going to be that one that makes that happen?
This entire game, I think, is in Berserk's hands. He's on the choker. He's the one responsible for, I would say, 90% of all initiations. This game is in his hands. Can he, be the hero? The chosen one, as Kratos proclaimed all those years ago, back in 2009. And he goes in.
Yeah, he exerted a ton of pressure there. He got both of the heroes onto the ground. But it did not result. It's not resulted in anything yet. Although Naga's now caught out of position, that's an aerial. They're both tumbled, I think?
They are both tumbled. Ninja gets him up. Gets the backslash on Berserk.
Berserk's gonna go down. Fierce is on it. Fierce again is not. I said at the start of this that Fierce has been playing an excellent support maul. That has not been the case for. I feel like the latter part of this half. He has not made a save on the Berserk. I feel like in almost like 5 or 6 lives now, and that is
Ninja
so.
has outplayed him in the save game over and over and over again. Like that was such a great save by Ninja. Oh, it's the choke.
But he didn't finish the combo! It's a mistake from Berserk! And he's down! And Fierce is again not in position. They are 1 kill away from clinching this.
And Fierce is in trouble. He's tumbled. He goes for the saber throw. He gets the backslash
again, and that is it, I think.
G&E do the impossible. They take down the God Squad in back-to-back games. They get the bracket reset. And then here we go, and they win again!
And I would say...
Oh my god!
I would say it was almost more convincing than the first match that they won. The first match, their backs were against the wall, and they had to do that 12-1 run. And instead, this time, they basically had the driver's seat almost the entire time.
And this is no fluke. G&E is for real. Berserk leaving right away, not allowing us to see a score. A little bit bad sportsmanship there.
That's
check out the scores on the hero side. 17 and 12.
I do not think there's any doubt who you name MVP for these finals. You know, you give credit to Naga on the villain side for support, but Ninja facilitated so much this entire match. There could not be any doubt if you were to name an MVP who it would be. That is
the best player in the game, undisputed, is Ninja. I mean, and he proved it not once, but twice. You know, it was one thing to get that first win, and he played amazing, and he outplayed both Berserk and Fierce. But then he comes back tonight, and he gets it again, and absolutely outperforms Fierce and Berserk again. That's so hard to do. Welcome, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, dude. I swear every time I keep asking Ninja, like, dude, did we actually win? Did that just happen? Is this for real? That is for real.
It's a dumb question, but I mean, how do you feel? You just took down the God Squad 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I feel so relieved. I feel very, very relieved. Like, it's almost like having something important in real life coming up, but it's in a video game, you know, and it's just been weighing over my head for the past month. So I'm very happy. We've done it. We took down the supervillains of the community.
That's that's no small feat. I mean, I don't think like words could do justice to the achievement that was you guys accomplished. Like, not only did you lose to them once they get down to the losers bracket, these guys hadn't lost at all to anybody. And in most cases, it looked like it was almost trivial for them to win their match.
Yeah, they hadn't even been challenged this entire time. They even took you guys out.
Oh, yeah.
And not only did you beat them twice, the first time you beat them, you had to do it with your backs against the wall. So,
yeah, we were very nervous that first round, but this time it was a little bit different feeling. Or actually, I should say the second time we were nervous, but this third time now, we had a little bit of confidence. Like you say, you know, we were no longer the underdog strictly. You know, if we won, we would be applauded for it because we got 1 win. If we lost, you know, everyone would be like, okay, we understand. But we don't have that mindset. You know, we're going all for the win, and that's what we did exactly tonight. Honestly, the one issue was like this time was I was kind of throwing a little bit. You know, I was getting so excited, like, oh, we're fucking doing it. There would be times where I kind of like I'd panic and like just jump towards some. I looked like Viking in a couple of those aerials, I imagine.
We saw. Yeah, there was one where you literally 4-jumped up after you got pushed and you just aerialed Fierce.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that would work, but I was like, hey, maybe they won't expect it.
Yeah, maybe I give it to you on Berserk, but Fierce is really good at monitoring that stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't fall for that stuff at all, and it was not an easy win, but definitely the villain side felt a lot, almost kind of deceptively smooth. Like, we didn't really mess each other up, Ninja and I, and even though we every time we get a lead, we always squander our lead. But we didn't squander it enough to put ourselves too much at risk this time. So we knew that again, our heroes is pretty solid. Our heroes is like a lot of times our better side. And if we could just show up and at least keep it even, then like we'd be able to secure a win.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, what was going through y'all's apparently genius heads? At the end of the game on villains, the first side, you got 29 kills. You just need one more. You just got a double kill.
Yeah.
And you switch to Vader, and Ninja switches to Maul. Y'all go 0 for 3.
Yeah.
During that switch, and completely threw away this massive lead y'all had and made y'all's heroes that much harder.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, let's just say it like this. We love to challenge ourselves. So Ninja was like, hey, he was asking me a couple times, like, do you want to choke? I was like, no, dude, I want to go hard. I'm getting good pushes. You're getting the perfect chokes. Let's keep it like this. And then, once it gets to that final kill, the opponent team always slows it down and makes it so painstakingly slow to finish out the match. We were like, maybe switching it up will surprise them. Like maybe they won't expect me to go Vader and do my Vader stuff. But every time I would like go in for a choke, I just get pushed into the air 3 times and like would aerial the ground and die. So I was like, yeah, I think this isn't working out. This is not the move.
Yeah, your choker was pretty sloppy. We were watching it. You might have killed you. You should have been able to kill Fierce, I think 4 or maybe even 5 times.
Yeah,
but you would always just slightly mess it up.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been onto the choker cold like that. But maybe if I would have played Anakin, it would have been a little bit different. But I was like, yeah, at this point, it's our arrogance sometimes, But hey, we've proven it. We're very justified in our arrogance sometimes.
Yeah, you are the champions, and as Common said earlier, both matches were entirely different. That first match the other day, you guys had to go on a 12-1 run with your villains to close it out and win. Like you guys were backed into a corner. It's pretty much over. Fierce and Berserk, were in the position to win, and y'all went on this legendary run and snatched that victory from them, stole it, and then you come back tonight. And y'all were in the driver's seat almost the entire time. It was y'all's game to lose for the most part.
Yeah.
Near the end, it got pretty close. Villains have that edge because of they're villains.
Right.
But y'all played it fantastic, and y'all were in the lead almost the entire game. Y'all absolutely, I don't want to say the word dominated them because it was a close game, but y'all were in the lead.
It felt more dominant than it did the first 2 matches for sure. And I got to give credit to Ninja because a lot of times in those high pressure situations where we're like, okay, we have to like bunker down, we have to go on a 12 kill run here, or we have to like sacrifice not a single kill. That's when in my mind I'm like, okay, let me like go serious here. Let me stop doing dumb shit. Like Ninja said, like let's try here.
And
so, like,
I appreciate that, Naga. And I appreciate that.
Okay, I have to ask. I'm asking Ninja, but if either of you remember this, you can answer it.
Yeah.
Did you intentionally choke Naga on the jog roof when they were both? Was that intentional?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you there. I choked him on accident. I don't know if it was because of my experience playing the game, but I had a feeling once I choked him, man, he was gonna come for the push. So I just told Naga, don't even put your block up, and then boom, it just happened.
Yeah, I knew I could wait there patiently. Like I was just holding my block. Usually I blink block, but I was like, you know what? I know Ninja's next to me, so if I stand here long enough, eventually a choke's gonna happen, and I'm gonna just be going combo in. But the choke was on me. But I was like, okay, this is an interesting play. We're gonna make this work here. There was a couple of those times where I would get really good pushes on like the stupidest play, and sometimes I would fuck it up, and then sometimes we'd be legendary and get a double kill.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to say anything against our opponents, Fierce and Manny, man, they played a really good game. I told Naga from the get-go, I was shivering the whole match. Like I couldn't stop shivering. All of us really want to win. It came down to who wanted the most, and I got to give kudos to Naga because I was kind of trolling at some point, but he kind of kept my head leveled. I don't think people give Naga enough recognition he deserves. For one, I think he did really outstanding. I don't think Fierce and Manny played a bad match. I just think out of all 4 of us, Naga wanted it more. And I think that's what kind of came out in the clutch.
I got the most to prove here, and I feel like that's what you've been kind of hearing lately is like, Fierce talking about he's unmotivated. Like, we've all put enough respect on Fierce and Manny's name, so I don't need to say like, oh, props to them, like they're the best. You know, we all know they're the best, but I just want to see them continuously motivated, and I hope that maybe taking the loss does that, because they're an asset to the community, and they're kind of what motivates the rest of us to get better and be on the level of Ninja.
That's big facts.
Yeah, they were the God Squad. So Naga, I have to ask you. There was a point there in Hero's Corner. Ninja goes down, and you have both villains tumbled, Vader and Maul.
Yeah,
you screw it up a little bit. But how wide were your eyes when you saw both villains tumble before you?
Were you talking about when I backslashed the Vader and didn't kill them all? Or is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
You should have just killed them all and got out of there. I know what you were doing, which you were slow with it. You were trying so hard not to mess up. You took too long.
Yeah.
To do it.
I was so overthinking it because my original plan was to get the push and save Ninja, and I was like, "Fuck, that didn't work." Then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna push them both and aerial them both," and then they separated.
They went up. They didn't tumble, so you had to push them again.
Then I had to push them again, and then I was like, "I can't push another time," so I was like, "Fuck." The closest person was this Vader, who was low-key the most scary to me at the moment, when really I should for the mole and like tried my luck with the Vader. But you know how it is sometimes when you get confident like that, you're just like, okay, I can make the fifth dimension plays to make anything happen here.
and you almost did. Yeah, I just had to know how wide your eyes got, because that's a rare sight. Of course, you're Obi-Wan, so it's just so frustrating.
I was like, God damn it, if I would have been playing Mace here, just the one time.
So Ninja, you actually brought out Mace for about a period of 4 or 5 kills. It didn't work out for you at all. But what was the thinking behind that? As I believe you were playing Obi-Wan before that.
I typically go to Mace if I feel like either I'm being too aggressive with the Obi. So I thought maybe slowing down the pace even more would help, but nah, against those two monsters, it didn't do anything.
Yeah, and then that's when y'all made the switch, you to Luke and Naga to Obi-Wan, which has worked out extremely well for you in both matches. Both times, you started off okay, and then the villains went on a run. This match, I don't know if you're aware, but they went on a 9-0 run on you on villains, and then that's when y'all made the switch, and it started changing. Y'all kept it up, and then obviously at the end, y'all completely closed it out with I believe a 3-0 run. Or a 4-0 run.
We're probably the only team that like can switch and like actually make use out of it. Like we're not just raging when we switch. Like when we switch, we're like, okay, I know that I'm playing in a way that isn't conducive to the team or beneficial to the team, so I need to switch that up. There's always a reason behind our switches. It's never just like, oh fuck, I'm playing bad, let's switch to Mace and do ground pounds.
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you there. I mean, we did swap because of what Naga just said, but we were both kind of pissed. So,
sometimes you're raging too. It wasn't just raging. There was thought to it.
A healthy amount of rage.
We saw nothing was working, so I'm like, man, maybe let me try being the aggressor. And then, I mean, it worked out in the long run. But a serious question to all the commentators here: who thought we were gonna win overall? Like, in all honesty.
On the spot.
I said when the match started that after you guys won last time, it was easier to believe in somebody other than Manny and Fierce, and then that was while you guys are actually like absolutely smashing them on villains. So I said that belief was growing stronger. I don't like to predict stuff, and I don't like to say that I thought another team was going to win over the other. But I've always, you and Ninja have been my friends for a while. I was in G&E for a while, so I was definitely rooting for you.
We appreciate you, bro.
I had said that Fierce and Berserk were going to win that first match. I said, I don't care how good Ninja and Naga have been playing. I will never bet against the person that hasn't lost. I'll always go with the God Squad. And I want to see greatness. I want to see those undefeated streaks. But I don't think you disrespect somebody and go against the grain. But then the second match, I don't know if I actually said it in the commentary. I think I said it right before the stream started that I believed you guys were going to actually do it. I believe I did say in the stream, though, that I think the community doubled down, said there's no way Fierce and Berserk were going to lose twice in a row. But I was feeling pretty confident that you guys were going to pull it out after y'all won.
Let's just take
first match.
Let's take a moment to tell the community to shut up.
I mean,
That's you're right.
I mean, overall, just this. I hope everybody enjoyed the experience of playing in this tourney, and
Oh yeah.
I hope like
Just-
everybody,
just
like
a
even
different mindset.
Fierce, Manny, and everybody who's not thinking of playing, like they watch this and like, yo, it's it's all for shits and giggles at the end, So I hope everybody continues to play. That's all I got. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. I gotta head to bed. Got work in the morning, so GG's again.
Good night. Well played.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
Naga, is there some final last words you'd like to say?
I'll just leave it since he said something very positive and uplifting, so I can't like take it back down to the shit talk.
I mean, you
I don't know what to
could.
say. I just hope that people actually try in the 3v3 tournament. I hope that we keep the competitive spirit going, and I hope that people aren't scared of super teams because we just shown you like I am not a super team player, and it can be accomplished. They can be taken down. You just need the passion and the grit and the drive. And if you don't get those things by naysaying people that are trying to do that. So that's all I have to say. GG's.
Well, congratulations, Naga. You did it against all odds. You and Ninja took down the God Squad, and I just want to say congratulations to you once again. And job well done.
Thank you. I knew you believed in me, and I couldn't have done it without your support.
And that little trick I gave you. Did you do it? Did you do the trick?
I did do that. Yeah, it actually I don't know if I can say what it is, but yeah, it's actually really helpful.
Don't say it. Nice. Did you do it during the intermission?
Oh no, I was thinking about it though because I needed to piss, but I just put my hands in my pants. Now that.
What?
Interesting.
That note, GG's. Goodbye.
I told you not to say anything.
So he just wanked one off, huh?
I mean, that's what it was sounding like from the start, and then
I just put my hands in my pants.
Those are the words of a champion. So everyone, put your hands in your pants, and maybe you can win.
I'm trying to see if I can get either Manny and Fierce in here. If not, I'll wrap it up.
Go ahead and wrap it up. Don't make them come in.
Yeah, it looks like they want to anyway. All right. So we actually, stream can hear me now. We actually do have a 3v3 tournament coming up. I actually don't know what the set start date for that is, but best way to get all the information is in the Discord. We post all the updates here. Mike, are you talking, or is your mic just being weird?
That's me being weird.
All right. But yeah, that wraps up the 2v2 tournament. G&E, Ninja, and Naga are the champions. Been a long road for them, especially. So congrats to them. And I think I heard something about it. No one else says everything, but Isaac was looking into getting them having like a SIG made, just stuff like that. They'll probably get a special role in the Discord server as well.
As they should. Of course, funnily enough, I think Naga's going to be the one that's going to be making the SIG since he's our resident graphics.
No, Isaac said he actually had somebody else in mind. But either way, congrats to them. They did a great job. It really was a great series to watch even. GG's to everybody, and hope to see you guys around in the 3v3 tournament as well.